If you're going on a long trip, you really have to be strategic about what you're packing. You want to have the right things on the trip and not have so much stuff that you're lugging around extra weight and paying extra baggage fees. The best way to start is to think about what are the activities you're planning on doing on this trip. So on this trip, my trip is in the spring and there's going to be a lot of walking, sightseeing, maybe some beach time and some hiking, probably some nice dinners out. So because of that, the shoes I will want to pack around are athletic shoes for everyday walking, but also potentially exercising, some a little bit cuter everyday shoes that you could walk miles in. Cute sandals to wear out to a dinner. Athletic sandals to wear to the beach or just walking around all day. And then for the hiking, actual hiking shoes. Once you've decided which shoes you're going to bring, then you build the wardrobe around the shoes. The shoes take up the most space, so we always want to minimize the shoe count as much as possible. You can also wear your bulkiest pair of shoes on the airplane as a way to save a little space in your suitcase. The next step to organize your wardrobe is selecting a color scheme. Since my trip is in the spring, I was thinking grays and navies and blues. I thought they would cross over well from early spring to almost summer weather. So let's start with an example. So I've selected a bunch of clothes that I really like and that would fit the weather of, maybe 70 during the day up to as much as 80 during the day, and then as low as 50 at night. So the key with this, because the temperature range is so broad, is things need to be layered. Anything that I bring that's sleeveless is going to need to be able to be worn with something else over it when it's cooler out. Now that I've selected my favorite kind of items to wear, then I have to look and see, are they going to work with some of my layering pieces? So let's do an example. This is a very lightweight sweater, which would be perfect for spring. Let's see if we can find a few shirts that go with it. So this won't work. Two busy patterns going together. Love this green shirt, but it's not going to work with this. Coral colored ones, probably not going to work either. So let's look at this lighter coral one. It's a maybe. Each item though that we're bringing on this trip, it's important that it matches with 3 other items. So I feel like although this sweater is perfect for the weather, it's not going to be easy to match. So let's pick the next layer. This is very neutral gray, almost like a little hint of blue in it. So now let's try a few things again. Let's see if it looks good with this coral. I would say it looks pretty good with that. Can work with that one. And of course, let's see. We've got a t-shirt, a short sleeve t-shirt. Pink, that should work with it nicely. Got a pattern. Probably don't love that together. I love coral, but I don't know if that really looks that great with the gray sweater. I love this t-shirt, but the blue is a very different blue than most of my other blues. So I think this one's probably going to have to go because it's not going to go with enough other things. I also love this shirt, but I think although olive is neutral, I don't really like it with the navy. Here's a purple top. I think that looks good. So I think we're finding a lot of things that will go with this sweater, unlike the first one. I've got a navy jean jacket. Denim is considered neutral, so really most anything that we want to put under it should work. This would be a nice example. Let's see if this tank top would work. This is a little bit different blue, so I'm not loving it. That shirt might be eliminated. So the point is, what you're going to do is keep pulling items and then seeing if you can find at least 3 things that go with it. So then you move on to the bottoms. So I'm going to get to some weather where it's going to be shorts weather. So I pulled a bunch of neutral color shorts. Most things are going to go with the navy and kind of denim colored white and khaki, I think that would be pretty easy to match. I'm gonna need some denim for during the day. Again, that should be pretty easy to match. Just be a matter of picking the favorite denim. And then I think in the spring and the evenings, some capri pants would be nice, or skirts. I've got one pair of really fun pants I really enjoy, but again, it has to go with 3 different things. So the patterns aren't going to work. I've got some cute pattern shirts, won't work with these pair of pants. So if they're too difficult to match, then we're going to probably eliminate them. We'd like to have a few skirts to wear. I don't have anything pulled yet for that, but I also thought maybe a couple of dresses would be nice for evening wear. And if it's a little cooler, can certainly layer it with a kind of a spring summer sweater, and then that'll make it work for the weather. Could even maybe a little bit warmer sweater over it, depending on the weather, just to give it options. And you can find 3 things that it will go with. This red dress is a little bit different than the other things I have in the color scheme, but I do think it's going to work with kind of a charcoal gray sweater and the black sweater. Let's see if it works with this denim jacket. That looks cute too. So although the color is a little bit different, it is working with the navies. So you keep going through that process. As you find tops and bottoms that aren't going to work, we're going to take those out and keep eliminating down until we get more essentials in here. And then you're going to write a list of what you think is missing. I made the list of things I was missing and went out and did a little shopping. I decided these shoes were a little too dark colored for spring, so I went and bought something very similar, just in a lighter color in my gray color scheme. I also wanted a neutral, lighter colored sweater, and also one that's not too heavy, so I could wear it in the evenings. And then I also found a white layering piece that I can put over just about anything for a cool day or a cool evening. As you can see, I went through and did another pass and took out some items that were not going to go with enough other things so that I could reduce it down. Another way to eliminate a few more things if you think you're not going to fit in your suitcase is to actually try on the outfit. Sometimes we have clothes we think we like a lot, and then once we put them on, we realize we don't really love them that much. So then you need to add in necessities and accessories. So undergarments, pajamas, swimsuit, all those things add up. Jewelry, if you're a scarf person, maybe there'll be a few scarves. Now you get to test how well you did by seeing if you can fit it into your suitcase. So when you try that, if you fit, you're amazing. You don't have to do anything else, you've got it. If not, then you do another round 2 of eliminating pieces. A couple other things I wanted to share about things you could eliminate. Look for bulky things. So, something like this is a little on the bulky side. So this could be one that could be eliminated if I'm still tight on space. If there's something you're probably only going to wear once, maybe that would be something you would eliminate if you think that. And then if there's activities you are not sure if you're actually going to do, then maybe the shoes or the clothes that go with that activity can be eliminated. Once you're ready to pack, I have a few recommendations. I really like putting shoes into bags like this. Keeps your clothes clean and all the grime from the streets you walk on from getting in your suitcase and on your clothes. If you don't want to purchase this, you can always just use a plastic grocery store bag and it'll get you the same idea. And then if you have bulky clothes, a space bag can work pretty well. If you're traveling in the summer, this doesn't really help you that much, but if there's some sweaters and stuff, it can help. You don't have to have a vacuum to suck the air out, so you can put the clothes in and then open the vent and roll the bag up to get the air out and then reseal it. I have a plethora of other travel tips on another blog post called Best Travel Tips. It talks about how to pack, how to prepare for a European trip, different things you have to think about, as well as how to make airplane travel comfortable. So I highly recommend you check out that post. Hi there, I'm Jamie Martin, and I've been a professional organizer for 20 years. If you have a room or an office that's stressing you out, call the Chicago Organizer today. We can guide you through the process to a less stressful and more organized life. We also offer pre-move services and unpacking and organizing. Check out our website for more information, tips, and inspiration photos, and also see our frequently asked questions page. And while you're there, sign up for our newsletter. Call us today at 331-217-4999.